Welcome back to part 2 of Coffee and Questions, where I am answering your submitted questions and being real honest about all of it and enjoying a cup of coffee in the process, which is starting to get cold. So the goal is to consume this coffee and complete this video before the rain starts pouring and there's too much background noise to warrant me filming anymore. That coffee, I need to finish that coffee soon. There is no, actually, don't mind me. I'm gonna go put this on my coffee warmer. Be right back. Honestly, I do not mind iced coffee and I love hot coffee, but hot coffee that has gotten cold is disgusting to me. Let me know if you're the same. But let's go ahead and dive right in with part 2 of all of these questions. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link it right there and down below for you so you can go and watch that when you're done here. There's going to be a recurring theme with a lot of the questions that I left. This was unintentional, but I'm noticing as I'm reading them, I was like, oh, there's pretty much one common thread here. So, not with all of them, but some of them. So first, do you have any upcoming travel plans? Well, yes, I do. It's October. Of course I do. We travel for the holidays every single year. So I will be going to Florida and I will be going to Illinois. That's it. Until further notice, while my husband's grandparents are still alive and while we live out of state, there's going to be a lot of traveling for the holiday season, every holiday season. That just is the season of life that we are in right now. We haven't decorated our own house for Christmas since 2019, and I'm very sad about it, but I'm understanding and embracing that this is just a season of life, and this is the season I'm in right now, and it's not going to be like this forever. Eventually, my ultimate goal, when we upgrade our house, which is on the list of things that we want to do in the not too distant future, one of my goals is to be able to text my in-laws on a year that we're going to that we're supposed to be in Florida for Christmas and be like, actually, you guys are coming to us because I want to decorate and I want to celebrate in my house for a change. So you travel to us instead of us traveling to you. Okay, thanks. We'll see if that happens and when that happens, but that's the goal that I aspire to someday. But for now, yes, I do have travel plans in the upcoming months. What is your strongest life skill or skills? What do you consider to be a life skill? Honestly, that is my question, because one of my strongest skills is music. I am very musically inclined, especially vocally. I am a pretty decent singer. I have a college degree in musical theater vocal performance. I sing on my worship team and I sing in a choir. I am very musically skilled, and I'm also rhythmically skilled, which is great as well. So is that a life skill? Debatable, but music is one of the skills it's a God-given gift. I can't even explain it. It's a God-given gift that I have honed over the last 37 years of my life. One of my actual life skills is positivity and optimism, I think. Truly, I am a very positive person and kind person. A life skill that I also have, and I know who asked me this question. You basically set me up to make it feel like I'm bragging about myself. So thanks for that, because that makes me real uncomfortable. One of my other life skills, I have what's called the people power. I've always had this, and this is what my mom has told me. I don't understand why I have it, but I have this magnetism that I can just, obviously there are exceptions, but in general, when I am with people, they are magnetized to me. They love me. People love me. And I can very often get people to do what I want them to do. Can I teach this skill? No. Do I know how this skill works? Not even a little bit. But I have always been able to wrap people around my finger. And I don't know why. I don't know how, but I can do it. And I still can do it. My husband loves taking me with him to business related events, because as soon as his coworkers and everything meet his wife, he's like, I feel like my standing goes up, because when they meet you, they're like, wow, she's fabulous. And not in the, ooh, look at her, she's glamorous, fabulous, but whatever it is about me that people gravitate towards, they meet me. And he's like, I feel like my clout goes up when people meet you. So he loves taking me to meet people because I make him look good, apparently. I can't explain it. It's a life skill that I don't know how I got it. I don't know how to describe it, and I don't really know how to use it either, but I have it. I know I have it. And then, so positivity, optimism, my people power, music, and communication. I'm actually pretty good in front of the camera, and I'm not really shy. I am an Enneagram 9, and I am an introvert, but I'm very good in front of the camera, and I'm very good in a crowd. Performing. I'm a very good performer. So, I don't know. Are any of those life skills? I don't know. What are my other life skills? Oh, I also listen very, very well, and I'm an excellent advice giver. That's a life skill. I'm an excellent listener and an excellent advice giver. Any suggestions on how to stop eating too much of the snacks I buy myself on the weekends? I'm very structured during my work week, but then I tend to derail everything I did on the weekends. Here's the answer, and you're not gonna like it. And no, it's not don't buy the treats. That's the nope. Old diet mindset Brianna might have said that, but not this Brianna, not intuitive eating Brianna. No, you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough, and you are restricting too much during the week. You being good, or what was the exact word that you used? I'm very structured during my work week. Structured, the subtext of your structured is restrictive. That's the subtext. You are very restricted during the week. And therefore, of course, obviously you lose control on the weekends because you allow yourself to have a single treat and your brain goes, she's not restricting, eat all of the things. Y'all, restriction is the problem. The diet mindset is the problem. This is why I'm intuitively eating now. I have not felt compelled and called, generally speaking. I still have moments here and there, yes. But in general, it's not like the junk food, the treats, the snacks call to me anymore. If I remember they're there when I'm hungry, I eat them, and I eat them without guilt or shame or anything, and I don't feel bad about it. Like I said, in my previous video, I had 2 desserts just the other day, and I didn't even feel an ounce of guilt, remorse, or anything about it. I sat there and wondered if I should, but then I didn't, and I was like, oh, fascinating. The reason that you're overdoing it is because you're restricting too much. You are restricting too much, and you need to stop restricting. That is the answer. Like it or not, that's the answer. How did you manage to get away from obsessive thoughts about numbers, like measuring, weighing yourself in food? So it was a lot of work, especially the number on the scale, but I realized that the number on the scale is not indicative of what your body is doing. For example, again, I'm gonna use me. I lost 1.5 inches off of my waist recently, or my love handle area, and like clothes are starting to fit, like this shirt, that haven't fit me appropriately in months, and my scale says exactly the same thing. What a dirty little liar that scale is, to have the audacity to tell you your body hasn't changed when really your body has changed. The two are not the same. Your weight and the amount of body fat on your body is not the same, and the scale should not be a metric that is your sole metric for success. I've said that 1,000,000 times. And so being able to normalize that number helped me take the power away from it. Whenever you're afraid of something, more exposure to that thing is what helps you get over your fear. And that's exactly what happened to me and the scale number. I started to realize that the scale is not the end all be all. How did I get away from weighing and measuring like my food? Well, when I embraced intuitive eating, I'm not supposed to weigh or measure things anymore. So I stopped doing it. I just stopped and I put my own guidelines in place of like, take smaller portions than you think you need, and then you have full permission to go back and eat more if you're still hungry. But all of these, my journey with intuitive eating has been very much a let go of the numbers type situation. I don't worry about calories anymore. I don't worry about getting a specific amount of protein in my day anymore. I make sure that I have a protein focus at most of my meals, yes, but and I know how to structure a meal so it is the most nourishing to my body, yes. But do I track exact numbers anymore? No. It takes practice. It takes practice, and it takes time, and it takes more practice, and it takes stumbling, and then it takes some more practice even still. But with consistency, you can get there. You have such confidence. What is your secret? Intuitive eating helped. Honest to God, I know you're gonna get tired of hearing it. Intuitive eating helped. And starting to like dress for the body I have now instead of the body that I want down the road, buying clothes in my size, getting ready and like making myself feel good. Like this is all sounding very superficial stuff, but this is this first step. And then like the soul work, right? Understanding that my worthiness is not dependent on anything. I do not have to earn my worthiness. For those of you who don't know, I am a woman of faith. I am a Christian, and my identity and my worthiness all lies in that. I don't need to be worthy of anybody because my worthiness has already been paid for. And there's freedom in that. There's a lot of freedom in that. So between that And between like the superficial stuff, like when I feel better, I have the confident air. So like put yourself together and have the discipline to do that, because then you feel fabulous. But then also I've done the work necessary, and it's especially necessary when you put yourself on the internet all the time, of realizing that there are people out there that you are never going to please no matter how hard you try. So it's not worth your time to try anymore. And the more that you get grounded in yourself, the more that you're like, actually, I'm a little different and that's okay. Actually, I'm not this person's cup of tea and that's okay. I am who I am and that's okay. There's just freedom in that. And when you find that freedom, it's really, really easy to be a more confident version of yourself. And then confidence is showing up for yourself. Confidence is doing what you say you're going to do. And then you get results from the thing that you say you're going to do. Like I said, I was going to film today, and y'all, I'm feeling fabulous today. Not just because my clothes fit differently, but because I'm showing up and I'm doing the thing I said I was going to do. And that is very validating. Confidence is self-confidence. Nobody has this power to give you the confidence except you. So it's on you to do the work to figure out how to get yourself that confidence. And the first step is to show up for yourself, keep promises to yourself, and do what you say you're going to do, period. How do you handle any comments or bullying with your disability? I have a son with spina bifida, and he's been dealing with so much bullying and anxiety in high school. I am so sorry to hear that. And first, I wish I had better advice, but here's the reality. The high school that your son is going to high school in is very different from the high school that I went to when I graduated in 2005. I went to high school from 2001 to 2005. While there's still the bullies and the popular people and the band and choir geeks and all, I'm sure all of those tropes are still the same, but things are very different now with social media and the internet being constantly at our fingertips. It's a completely different world. So I don't have any direct advice in order to like deal with the bullies, because a lot of my advice is gonna sound kind of woo-woo and superficial, because it goes back to like that self-confidence and everything, right? But some concrete things that I did, I was very lucky and I was very blessed. Yes, there were some bullies, but there's always gonna be some bullies. I get haters online now, who are actually more likely to hate on me because I'm not society's standard of skinny, and I have round cheeks. I have had people tell me on videos about being a stay-at-home homemaker that with all of that free time I have, I should go and find a gym, and be really, really hateful. And here's the thing. I have people that love me. I have people that tell me they love me, show me they love me. I have people that value me. I have a community of friends and family who are very, very supportive people. So what difference does it make that somebody who wants to be a jerk wants to be a jerk? And I know, especially as a child, and like high schoolers or kids, it's hard. It's hard to not let the bullies get to you, especially if you're regularly interacting with the bullies. It sucks. I can't even begin to fathom, because I actually grew up with the occasional bully, but like not really. I had really good friends. And that circle of friends that I had in high school was very, very valuable. And they made me always feel loved and accepted for who I am. And even now, I have friends as an adult that I have made, and it's the little things like, so there's a couple that I always sit with at church, especially when my husband's working the church service and is up, and we text every Sunday. I'm like, hey, you gonna be there? Can I sit with you? And thanks to the pandemic, communion looks different now, right? And we all get these little like packets of communion where like these peel apart things. There's a point, I promise. The peel apart things with the wafer, and then another peel apart thing with the wine. And one of my friends, I don't know if she watches this video, but if you do, you know who you are. She looks at me without an ounce of judgment in her voice or talking down or anything. And she just looked at me one day and she goes, do you need help? And just so matter of fact. And I was like, I think I've got it, but thank you for asking. And it's having supportive friends like that. Like not, oh, let me help this person who clearly like, they're not above me. They're not looking down on me. It's just, I'm here to support you. And I know this might be a struggle for you. Can I help you in some way? And so I urge your son, and I urge everybody, instead of focusing on the people that are just going to be jerks, because there are always people that are going to be jerks. There are people watching my video right now, probably, who want to say something that's going to be hurtful, because There are always people out there that are gonna be jerks. It just is what it is. Don't spend your time worrying about the jerks. Spend your time cultivating the community of the friends that will help you and that will love you and that will support you. That's really what's important. And know that your worth is not found in someone else's naive opinion of, oh, let's make, like, do you know how much of an insecure person you have to be to make fun of the disabled? I mean, really, what do you gain making fun of the disabled? Literally nothing. If you have to tear down somebody who is trying their freaking best to deal with the hand that they were dealt, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? Why do you feel compelled to tear people down? It doesn't make sense, and it says a lot more about who you are than what it says about the person that you are making fun of. And I know that none of this advice is concrete enough to actually help your son, but if you show him this clip, please just, or tell him what I say, it gets better. High school sucks. And the bully that's bullying you right now is gonna get what's coming to them. I promise. And you're gonna grow up to do fantastic, wonderful things and find fantastic, wonderful people. And that bully is going to get what they deserve. And in the meantime, I'm sorry that it hurts you. I'm sorry, but it does get better. Oh, and how do I handle any comments? Block, delete, baby. Block, delete. Best way to start intuitive eating when you are afraid of weight gain and been dieting your whole life. Y'all, why are you afraid of weight gain? Why does the number on the scale matter so much to you? Why? Check yourself. Why does it matter so much to you? It shouldn't matter. The scale number is not the end all be all. If it bothers you, throw out the freaking little metal box that tries to tell you your worth in a number. Okay? But how to start is you just start. Start testing the waters. Bring in an item of food that you previously labeled as bad and make peace with that item of food by eating it every single day. Not eating it in excess every single day, but eating it every day. Normalize these foods that you have previously marked as bad. Listen to your hunger and your fullness cues instead of a tracker. Yeah, it's all of these little things. It's all of these little things that are the way to get started. And you don't have to do everything all at once. Test the waters. Test the waters. Try one thing at a time. Try not tracking a single meal, like one meal. Try not tracking it, and see how you feel. And here's the difference. Don't be an I'm not dieting dieter. If you say I'm going to eat intuitively and then you go all ham and don't listen to your hunger and your fullness and don't nourish your body with nutrition and all of those things, you're not intuitively eating. You're eating like a jerk. Okay? There's a difference. There's a difference. If you want to be an intuitive eater, get the book, read the book, start following people that are intuitively eating, stop following people that are in the restriction mindset. That's like the first step. Stop doing that. Follow people online that are your body type and larger. Normalize the different sizes and start taking chances and doing the scary things. Your value is not tied to the number on the scale, and the body that you desire probably weighs more than you think it does. How are you doing? Oh, that's nice. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I finally feel like, and intuitive eating, making that switch helped a lot. I finally feel like I'm coming out of whatever this valley was in that I've been in since the pandemic started, of just lack of momentum and lack of desire and lack of finishing. I finally feel like I'm crawling my way out of that, and that is a wonderful feeling, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling very happy. I'm feeling very happy and very content and loving my body for what it is now and not hating on myself for the white knuckling and the dieting that I've had to do for the last couple of years, and for what? For no results whatsoever. I've had more results in my body changing in the last 3 months of intuitive eating than I have in the last year and a half of dieting, and I'm not kidding. I'm good. Thank you for asking. And then my last question is, how do you stay optimistic in challenging situations? And I kind of talked about that already. First of all, I am wired to be an optimist. So I always am somebody who wants to look for the other side of the story, give people the benefit of the doubt, and trust that it will be okay. And again, my faith has a lot to do with that. I am secure in my faith and my destiny. Destiny, is that the right word? I am secure in what's going to happen to me and where I'm going and what life means because of my belief in Jesus Christ. And it is because of that that, I mean, I will fear no evil because he is with me, right? Like how can you be pessimistic? How can you not be optimistic? How can you not be hopeful when you have that hope to hang on to? And truly, for my non-Christians out there, you're probably like, yeah, but that's not what I meant. But like, truly, that's what I'm rooted in. And that's where my joy comes from. But that's how I'm so optimistic. That's how I'm so optimistic. I have not been let down yet. I have not, and it doesn't mean I don't have my struggles. I have a progressive disability. I did not walk until I was almost 4 years old. Life has not been easy. I have family members with addiction problems. I have goals that I've been working towards for years that have not been met yet. I struggle every single day with things not necessarily going the way that I had planned, and yet all of those things do not have the power to change the overall outlook of hope and joy that I have in my life. And that is something only my faith can bring me. So truly, that is how I stay optimistic. Whew, that was a long one. Thank you guys for sitting through part 2 of coffee and questions. I'm actually now going to go finish my coffee that has been sitting on the coffee warmer because, like I said at the beginning of this video, I can't stand cold coffee. I can't stand, if it's meant to be iced, great. I cannot stand hot coffee that has gone cold. Ugh, gross. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for all of your questions, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy Vlogtober. I will see you tomorrow for another video on my channel. And if you've been with me all through Vlogtober already, thank you so much for being here. I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you that watches my videos, that gives me a thumbs up, that leaves a comment. I treasure every single one of those interactions. So thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.